Broadcasting from this morning. You're listening to the Integrity Station, Splash 105.5 FM. Today is the 12th day in the month of March, year 2021. Good morning to you, great people. It is time for us to delve into the world of sports in a special way again. First and foremost, let me tell you, my name is Tunde Olawuwo, and I assure you that we're going to have a short time from now till 8 o'clock, bringing you the best and the latest in the world of sports. Okay, are you following Splash FM on Twitter? Angels at Splash FM 1055 at Splash FM 1055. We have a game going on already. You have between now and 7:45 to open and be the fastest person to put the correct answer in there. Don't forget the hashtag SportsBang, hashtag Winning Friday. I don't want stories that touch, okay? If you're correct, but without the right hashtag, I mean, you're just as good as not, attempting at all. So this morning, what do we have on our table? Tell us. I'm a former teammate of Karim Benzema, and I'm unbeaten in all my 5 appearances against Liverpool. Who am I? Let me go over that again. I'm a former teammate of Karim Benzema, and I'm unbeaten in all my 5 appearances against Liverpool. Who am I? Entries will close at 7:45. Is important. Hashtag SportsBang, hashtag Winning Friday this morning. I can already see a lot of our friends, dropping lines. Abiodun Tao says, Alvaro Morata. Okay, Ola Dolabomi Nifemi says, Gareth Bale. Oluwasegun Fred. Which of the Freds? This time around, is it Pastor Fred? Because there's one that Faith usually calls Pastor Fred. Okay, maybe you get to know much later on the program. 12th of March, 2021. Great guys have got with me this morning as usual. Faith Adedejize and Ayobami Animashaun. Faith, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing very fine. I hope you're doing very fine too.
I am.
Yeah, good morning, AY, and of course to our esteemed listeners, another wonderful Friday morning, and it means it's time for Sports Bank. And I will always talk about the fact that your morning is not complete without a dose of Sports Bank. Well, quickly into our history books today, being the 12th of March. Maybe it will be more of an unusual thing that happened this week in history. Last year was more like when we had a to football across different leagues. On the 9th of March, we had the Serie A. Because of the way Italy was actually battling the pandemic, they had to halt the league. Then, on the 13th, we had the English League follow suit. Then on the 12th of March itself, entire sports in the US was stopped, because some players in the NBA started testing positive for COVID-19 at that point. So it became necessary, and it became almost inevitable for us to stop sports at that point. And it was maybe something that we were not so used to, having sports generally come to that kind of halt. Maybe down to the times of the World War I and the World War II was when we had maybe something a little bit close to that. But this one was, a little bit, I would say, unparalleled, unprecedented, because for something of that nature to stop the entire world of sport, well, one way or the other, we found our way back, but maybe not the way we would have wanted. We've not had fans in many of the venues, mad venues and all that. But the most important thing is we've had sports back, and we've been enjoying what sports has to bring. And always good to be back on Sports Bank.
Always good to be back. We wanted to prove stubborn, initially. Yeah. But then again, the virus showed that it didn't come to play. Yeah. It actually came for absolutely everything. But, we're glad that, steadily we're getting back.
Yeah, definitely.
And in no time, full normalcy will return. Ayobami Animashaun, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning to you, Tunde. Good morning to Faith. Good morning to the listener out there. Like you rightly said, it's really a great delight that, one one thing is actually leading to the other, such that we are suddenly becoming a lot more hopeful than we were perhaps yesterday about possibly the return of fans who also, by matter of figures, are actually the 12th man in the football pitch. And today being the 12th day in the month of March, perhaps also the day we can equally just, use to celebrate them. But I think
always the 12th man.
Yes, in football field.
Sometimes some people refer to the referee as the 12th man.
Nah,
especially if you're on the losing side.
Referee? Oh, yeah. I get your point now.
Okay, you get my point now.
People will say the referee was donning the jersey
of the opposition.
We've seen so many more pictures of some referees. I don't want to drop names.
Of course.
But
referees in times past, I think, not until possibly around 2008 or thereabouts, referees in times past never really turned out to be a big name, so to say, that people start following up their records and all that. They just turn out to be perhaps once in a while, deal breaker for some teams and all that. But I think perhaps since the advent of science and stats and facts in football, people started noticing that maybe some referees
things that they shouldn't have noticed.
Yeah, we're keeping stats for referees now. I remember Mike Dean was celebrating his 100th red card. I think sometime the 100th red card he has dished out. He had dished out in a football game sometime last season. So referees also have their stats now. Maybe when the officials for a game have been announced, now you go to check their stats. How many
against your team?
The biggest scam I've seen in football is when you check the profile of some of these referees. There's a point where they are also asked the club they support. And then you start to hear funny names.
That's what they support. You can't call it scam.
No, it's a scam.
No, you can't call it
Here it is. Here is the logic behind it. If I were to be, say, for instance, a Liverpool fan, and I'm to actually hope that one day I will definitely be a referee in the EPL, they will never give me a Liverpool game. And that obviously rules me out of at least 38 games in the season.
So they hear something like Doncaster Rovers.
Yes, because that is who they support.
Never.
Really?
I'm surprised you are buying this. I'm surprised you are buying this.
No, there's nothing stopping me from.
So how come we've never found a referee in the EPL supporting an EPL club?
Because they don't support EPL clubs.
Come on, Faith. I'm surprised you're buying this anyways.
That's a nice coincidence. Good morning, guys. Okay, so we'll get going. From the world of tennis this morning, Roger Federer lost his second match since returning from a 14-month injury layoff, going out to Nicolas